I lost my dad to cancer in 2013, and he was my greatest champion, biggest fan, like gregarious laugh, loudest in the room, just confident guy. And there was a lot of silence after I lost my dad in my life. And then I sort of said, I'm okay, I'm all right.
Your flaws are fine. No one is perfect. None of us. We all have bad days. We're all gonna feel like shit sometimes. You're all gonna have bad days, and that's fine. We have this crazy standard, especially with the internet, where everything has to be perfect all the time, and we have to look perfect, we have to behave perfect, we have to say the right things. Everyone screws up, and that's all right. Laugh through it, don't take yourself too seriously, and make sure that you don't live for someone else's validation. It's your validation.
Love what I do, and I'm good at it. And I love the ability to wake up in the morning and say, oh my God, I get to go to work. I mean, how many people in their lifetimes do a job that they love doing? Most people do it for survival. We need to feed our families, we need to survive. But to wake up with, my feet and my fingers tingling and say, wow, I have this to do, I have that to do today. And it's an amazing feeling, and I don't take it for granted. I know that actors, we are the faces on posters, so people give us a lot of credit, but we're standing on the shoulders of almost like 1,000 people that made this show. When we talk about diversity in America, I think we spend a lot of time focusing on what people, different kinds of people who look different, but we don't really focus a lot on how we sound. Diversity is different languages across borders. It's not just skin tones, it's not just features.
Not just
it
English.
Is cultures. Yeah, it's not English, it's Hindi, it's Urdu, it's so many different languages around the world, and this is true global diversity that's never really been done before. I do believe that people are meant to be with each other for whatever that duration in your life is supposed to be, and I think that people collide because you're supposed to create on this small, short life that you have memories that you will take forward, family, and I think that Nick and I had through our lives like these weird, enchanted little moments, and but it's lovely now to have found your person. Confidence is your best accessory. There is nothing else you need. The only thing you need to wear well is your confidence.
And it's so important for us to be able to empower each other. In everyday life, we don't have to conquer the world. You don't have to be the only person who reaches space. Like, you don't have to have crazy, wild ambitions. You just have to find your power and to say that, oh, I can do this too. I don't have to create like this crazy opportunity for me to thrive. You can thrive in anything you choose. Just have to find that confidence within yourself.
I don't really have regrets, but I have to say, I think my biggest achievement, I feel, is honestly the ability to get over my fears. I'm hugely emotional and I get affected by a lot of things, and I know I come across as this tough, sassy, witty thing, but I do think that is a big part of keeping myself protected and surviving. I've always had to do it for myself. There's not been anyone who's held a safety net for me in all the decisions that I've taken. So I think my biggest achievement is to trust my feet, to trust my legs, to trust my instinct, and say, even if I fall, it's okay, it'll be my mistake.
There's only one you, okay? Because there's no one like you. And I don't mean the superficial parts. I'm talking about the core of you, who you are inside, your values, your beliefs, your flaws. And once you understand who really that person is, you would have taken the first step in finding your unique self. And that is the best version of you. Who am I really? Most often, we don't allow ourselves the ability to dream beyond our imagination. We don't allow ourselves to think about the future because we are afraid of change. We are afraid to move away from what is familiar. Either that, or sometimes, we are too rigid to let our dreams evolve. Loosen up, shake it off a little bit. Change is the only constant thing in life, and you are never too old or never too experienced to learn something new. Believe that you have everything already as your Brahmastra in your will to be able to be and achieve your dreams. Be fearless.
funny thing, these opportunities. They don't come very often. They come far and few in between. But when they do we recognize them? Our job is to recognize them and make the most of them. I look back on all the things that I've done and I marvel at the opportunities that came my way.
I don't think circumstances or your environment can dictate how you feel. They can contribute to it. It's up to you to decide how much you're taking in and how much you're leaving out. This is not something, again, that I knew in my 20s, obviously. I was somehow doing it because I think my parents my family just taught me that resilience of bounce back up. My mom says that to me. She's like, you've always been someone who just bounces up and you're like, oh, it's okay, it was a mistake, I'll try it again. But if you treat life like that, whenever life has been tough, and it's been tough many times, it's been almost down and out, and you don't want to get out of bed and you don't want to see anyone. I grew up in the public eye, so I kind of realized that my best person was me. I had to rely on my skill set. Whenever I was nervous or I was scared, I started focusing on whatever was the goal in that moment.